Welcome to the final part of Saints Row 2, and now it's time to get our hands on Dane Vogel for everything he's done in this game.
The county has also dragged its feet on amending the process necessary to obtain G.
You in position, Johnny? Oh yeah.
Just make sure I get to Vogel.
Could you elaborate on your affiliation with local gang Leash Valley?
As most of you know, the Ultor board of directors were assassinated the other night, and while we at Ultor would like to take the time to mourn their passing, sadly that's a luxury we don't have. The corporate office has named me chairman, and I wanted to personally let you all know, not only will business continue as usual, but we will be taking even greater strides forward. Monica Hughes has graciously greenlit a project that's very dear to us at Ultor, the revitalization of Shivington. In the coming days...
He's got a gun! He's got a gun!
Mr. Vogel, come with us.
If you only knew how troublesome this mission really was. And on that note, you're gonna have to hop into the nearest police car, because unfortunately your car, if you brought one here in the final mission of the game, will be, well, mysteriously vanished or confiscated or disappeared just for the fairness of the game. Sometime they'll be able to bring your car. But whatever the case, you're gonna have to use your submachine gun if you're forced to use a Masako unit cruiser or 5-0. However, you can actually bring the General Bulldog to make this mission oh so much easier. I can't say the same for the second half. However, the Masako unit are absolutely relentless and will not stop at stopping you from defeating Dane Vogel. I mean, that's pretty much what they do. But also, Dane Vogel will swerve into oncoming traffic. And of course, see, the Masako unit is actually doing their job. One time, they even pulled me out of the 5-0 that I was in and caused me to fail the mission. So the Masako unit is really annoying, and you can't really get rid of the wanted meter. You've kept that 3-star wanted meter throughout the entirety of this battle. And you have to follow Dane to the Phillips building, actually. And that also can be annoying, because the Masako unit can also knock you off course and cause you to fall behind Dane Vogel when you've defeated him. And now for the hardest portion of this mission, and that's flying a helicopter. It may not seem hard to some, but to others it is rather annoying.
Working on it. You put the Phillips building in
not just due to the fact that the Ultor Rent-A-Cops just ran me over, but because of the fact that you're going to be hounded by a helicopter while taking out 4 generators. You can either use the missiles, or you can either use the machine gun. The machine gun would be your best choice, so you can turn around and gun down the helicopters. Quite frankly, you want to lose the helicopters before you deal with, and it starts. I can't even see the damn helicopter. I don't even know where it went. There it is. And there I go. You know what? Screw this bullshit. I am not going through a death montage of this crap. I'll be back. I'm back and I've controlled my temper, but there are 4, as you can see from the smoking parts, there are 4 generators. There's one near the helipad, there's one in the center of the building as soon as you start flying the helicopter, there's one over there, and there's one next to the top of the building. Once you get to the top of the building, then just simply glide your way down and you'll be able to go to the next portion of this battle, which is by far the easiest. finally, the easy part. You can use guns, you can use whatever gun you want, because there's only going to be 5 or 6 or 7 monster units. They will never respawn. Once you kill all the guards, Dane Vogel is yours. You may want to use a food item if he actually aims for headshots. Then again, you may not. Because you probably could just step away from Dane Vogel, because he's going to run away from you from the entirety of the fight, and you can just let yourself regenerate. Yeah, take a few bullets in the ass for everything you've done, you bastard. Come back here and die. The fact of the matter is, Dane Vogel is dead, and that is the end of Saints Row 2. Enjoy the final cutscene of the game.
Alright, let's not be too hasty here. You're upset, you're frustrated, and you've got a gun, which, you know, I'd really like it if you would put that away.
You should have thought of that before you sent a team to wipe out my gang.
I tried telling the board that going after the Saints was a big mistake.
They should have listened to you.
Believe me, right now I am agreeing with you 100%, but you have to look at the positives. You're alive, they're dead, and you have the Saints' #1 fan running Ultor.
We missed it?
Told ya. Now pay up.
Where the fuck were you guys?
Traffic.
What?
He's not joking. The roads have been blocked off.
You see Gad out there?
Oh, he's fine. He's still out there killing cops.
Figures.
What is it?
It's done. Time to pull out of there.
You sure? Get the fuck off of me! I mean, I'm not running out of ammo anytime soon.
I'm sure. See you back home.
Later.
Who you calling now?
All right. Welcome aboard.
So what do we do now?
This is our city. We do whatever the fuck we want to do.
And that was Saints Row 2, ladies and gentlemen. My final thoughts on this game. Easier than Saints Row 1, harder than Saints Row 2 and 4. This game actually adds stuff from the previous game. All the activities, except for Helliot Sultan, Escort, and Snatch, was fun. There are so many ways of making money. And on top of that, you could just make profit by buying the stores that you just took from the enemies. I mean, it was good, clean fun. It was fun that I could actually go back to over and over again, which is why this disc is worn out in the first place. The characters are actually, well, unique and interesting. Even though I didn't like Shogo, I didn't like Dane, and I definitely didn't like Julius and Dex. One thing is for sure. It's this game where it started to take an inane and crazy turn. However, 3 and 4 just took crazy and inane and just ran with it, especially 4. I'll cross that bridge when we get there. But in the meantime, let's just talk about 2. I mean, I turned off the soundtrack the entirety of the time for copyright reasons. But, you know what? Screw copyright. I'll just accept the third-party claim and be done with it. It's not my fault the game's soundtrack pretty much makes the majority of... Well, the game's soundtrack is basically the majority of music used by famous artists. The only downside I had with this game is the fact that you can't bring your own custom soundtracks from the Xbox and bring it onto the game. If they had that, this game would be complete. And of course the story is rather interesting, although they did leave only a few loopholes, like what happened to Donnie, and did we ever get Dex? Although one of those questions is answered, we'll never know what happened to Dex because they'll never make anything about Dex. I mean, they've even blatantly pointed that out in Saints Row 4. And speaking of which, Donnie actually makes an appearance in Saints Row 4. But nonetheless, the mayhem, the fun, the driving, insane, even though I do that in not only this game, but in Grand Theft Auto. Just everything about this game just makes me happy. And no, I may or may not have played it to the best of my abilities. But I can say this, I've had fun nonetheless. There was just so many random things happen through this playthrough. Like for instance, helicopters constantly blowing themselves up. I promise you, that was some unexpected crap that happened in not only part 1, but in the previous part. I've just had so much fun just running completely rampant in this place. And you know, I never even showed off a pushback. Then again, why should I? You're basically hunting down a lieutenant, and you can continue the pushback as long as you want. That's actually the other downside, the pushback. Once you take it over all the territories, the pushbacks stop, because there's no more games. But at the same time, so long as that one territory is under fire, you're gonna have to stop what you're doing and go and defend that territory. If you die, you can continue where you last left off. They'll have Saints come into your aid, and that's it. And that's probably the only major downside about the game. Oh, that and one other thing. The respect. This is the only big downside of the game. Although it influences you to play all the activities, and it influences you to do all the diversions and stuff for respect, and go crazy with the respect, and there's more ways of making money and respect in this game. The fact of the matter is, you still had to get a respect bonus, and more importantly, you had to get enough respect for a mission. Once you beat the game, the respect is infinite. Once you beat a certain number of activities, the respect is infinite. And ludicrous speed go, these credits are so damn long. That is a lot of people that put a lot of hard work and effort into this game, and I thank them. Now, you might miss it, but there's one little Easter egg of a person who has a mural with a rest in peace, and the day that they lived and the day that they died. I'm going to tell you right now, that mural was for the person who was the original voice actor of Benjamin King. He died in the making of this game because Benjamin King was supposed to appear in this game somewhere, and he didn't because his voice actor died. However, his replacement voice actor is in Saints Row 4, voice acting Benjamin King. Oh, that's a lot of things. But at least one thing is clear. These gangs have more personality than the Rollers. I'm sorry, the Rollers is just the blandest gang out the whole entire Saints Row series. And the only gang that actually comes in really close second is the Syndicate. And by Syndicate, I mean... what are those red guys? No, the red guys are the Syndicate. The guys that... Oh, the Morning Star, that's who it is. They're the other bland gang that's also there. Because once their leader's dead... Spoiler alert, yes, I'm going to be playing that game, by the way. I'll be probably playing it way later on in the year. But anyway... Once the Morning Star's gang leader meets an unfortunate and untimely demise, then the gang is just bland because it's basically has no leader. It does, but I'm not going as far as that. But anyway, this is the mural for the guy who voiced Benjamin King. They put it at the end of the credits. But nonetheless, we are done with Saints Row 2, and there are 2 extra videos. One of which is the Chop Shop, and the other one is Hitman Mission. And with that, you will have to wait 2 weeks for me to actually complete those videos, because it's going to take me a while to make them. This is RVman985. Enjoy Legend of Dragoon and Final Fantasy X-2 if we can actually get the audio to work this time. Because I'll try to finish those up before I finish up or start on my next project, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And I need to work on that too. See you guys next time. And thank you for watching my playthrough. You've all have been a wonderful audience. And I just realized I hit 95 subscribers, and for the 95 subscribers and every other subscriber that come to my channel, thank you all for watching. Take care.